The narrow streets of downtown Cebu City hum with the rhythm of tricycles, chatter, and the distant sound of waves crashing against the pier. Beneath a flickering streetlight, a small boy named Miguel Santos, only 13 years old, sits on a cracked cement step, clutching an old guitar with missing strings. His clothes are torn, his slippers mismatched, yet his eyes, brown and bright, glow with quiet determination. Every night, after helping his mother sell boiled corn near the market, Miguel performs for strangers who pass by. Some stop to listen, others hurry past, too busy to notice the little boy with a voice that could melt stone. The guitar he plays is a gift from fate, found half-broken in a junk shop. He had spent days fixing it using fishing wire and tape, whispering, "Please work, old friend. You're all I have." When he sings, everything changes. The chaos of the city fades away, replaced by his hauntingly pure voice. His favorite song is Hotel California. Though he barely understands all the lyrics, he feels them deeply, the loneliness, the mystery, the longing. Each time he sings, he imagines the crowd cheering, bright lights shining, and his mother smiling without worry. One humid evening, while Miguel's voice soared through the street, a foreign man stopped nearby, an Irish tourist holding a camera. He watched, mesmerized, as the boy's melody floated over the noise of jeepneys and laughter. The man recorded a short video, tears forming in his eyes as Miguel hit the song's final note with angelic power. "Kid, you've got a gift," the tourist said softly, placing a few bills in Miguel's hat. Miguel only smiled shyly. "Thank you, sir. I just sing to make my mama happy." A week later, life changed forever. That simple street performance, filmed under a flickering bulb, spread like wildfire online. Within days, millions had watched it, people from Ireland, the US, and all across the world. The video's caption read, "Poor Filipino boy sings Hotel California like an angel." Producers from Ireland's Got Talent 2025 saw the viral clip and were instantly moved. They reached out through local contacts, inviting Miguel to fly to Dublin and perform live on the show. When he received the call, Miguel didn't believe it. His mother cried with joy, hugging him tightly. To buy the plane ticket, she sold their last valuables, her wedding ring and a small radio. "Go, Anak," she whispered through tears. "Sing for us. Sing for everyone who never got a chance." The next morning, Miguel stood at the airport, barefoot but smiling, his old guitar strapped to his back. He looked out the window as the plane lifted into the clouds. From the crowded streets of Cebu to the bright lights of Ireland, his journey had begun, a story of faith, music, and the voice of a poor boy who was about to make the world cry. The grand stage of Ireland's Got Talent 2025 gleams under bright lights, dazzling, vast, and intimidating. The audience murmurs with curiosity as a small figure steps into view. Miguel Santos, the 13-year-old boy from Cebu, clutches his weathered guitar, the same one that survived the rain, the heat, and the streets. His simple white shirt hangs loosely, and his shoes are too big. He looks around nervously, thousands of eyes staring at him, lights blinding, cameras rolling. Judge Aisling Byrne, a pop icon, smiles kindly. "Hello, love. What's your name?" "Miguel Santos, ma'am," he answers softly, his Filipino accent tender and humble. "And what will you sing for us today?" asks Liam O'Connor, another judge, leaning forward. "Hotel California, by the Eagles," Miguel says, his voice trembling slightly. The audience chuckles warmly, the song choice seems too big for the little boy. The stage manager nods, and a hush falls over the theater. Miguel takes a deep breath, closes his eyes, and strums the first chord. The sound is raw but sincere. His voice flows like liquid gold, pure, emotional, and soaked in soul. As he sings the opening lines, the laughter disappears. The audience leans forward, stunned by the tone that carries both innocence and pain. On a dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair. Every note vibrates with his life story, the hunger, the streetlights, the dreams. His eyes remain closed, but his heart is wide open. The theater lights dim slightly, and on the giant LED screen behind him, the producers display slow-motion clips of Cebu streets, children playing barefoot, mothers working in markets, waves crashing near the pier. The entire audience can feel his journey in the song. By the time Miguel reaches the chorus, even the judges are visibly emotional. Aisling bites her lip, tears forming. Liam whispers, he's not just singing, he's telling his soul's story. Patrick Doyle, the third judge, wipes his eyes discreetly. The crowd grows silent, you can hear only Miguel's trembling voice and the gentle hum of his guitar. When he sings the final verse, you can check out any time you like, but you can never leave, his voice cracks slightly, breaking everyone's hearts. The last chord fades into silence. For a moment, the entire studio freezes. No one breathes. Then, an explosion of applause. The audience rises to its feet, cheering and crying all at once. Aisling suddenly slams the golden buzzer, her tears falling freely. Golden confetti bursts from the ceiling, raining over Miguel like blessings from heaven. He gasps, covering his face in disbelief. Patrick stands, walks toward the stage, and hugs him tightly. You reminded us what real music feels like, he says, voice trembling. The crowd chants his name, Miguel. Miguel. As confetti sparkles under the lights. In that moment, the poor boy from Cebu becomes a global miracle. Under the golden rain, with his guitar in hand, Miguel's dream finally finds its wings, and the whole world listens. The next morning, Dublin awakens to headlines that flood every newspaper, television channel, and social feed. Cebu boy brings Ireland's Got Talent judges to tears with soulful, Hotel California, performance. Clips of Miguel's audition dominate the internet. Within hours, millions of views pour in, people from around the world commenting, crying, and sharing the story of the poor Filipino boy whose voice carried more than melody, it carried truth. On one Irish morning show, Judge Aisling Byrne sits with glassy eyes, saying softly, when Miguel sang, I didn't just hear a song. I heard struggle, love, and hope. He reminded us that music has no borders. Meanwhile, across the ocean, in a small, crowded barangay in Cebu, a group of neighbors gathers outside a tiny wooden house. Inside, Miguel's mother, Aling Rosa, sits before a borrowed TV set. The video of her son's performance plays again, the moment the golden buzzer rains confetti down on her boy. Her hands tremble as she presses them to her lips, whispering, Salamat sa Dios, he did it. Children crowd the doorway, shouting, that's Kuya Miguel. He's on TV. The entire neighborhood erupts with pride and joy. Some cry, others cheer, waving their hands toward the sky. For a community that had always lived in struggle, Miguel's success felt like a victory for all of them. Back in Dublin, Miguel stands backstage after the show, still overwhelmed. The stage lights are off now, the seats are empty. He sits quietly, guitar in his lap, tracing his fingers over the worn wood. Aisling finds him there and kneels beside him. You made us all cry, Miguel, she says with a smile. Do you know why? He shakes his head shyly. Because your heart sang louder than your voice. Tears roll down his cheeks. I just wanted my mama to smile, he whispers. Weeks pass, and Miguel becomes a symbol of hope not just in the Philippines but worldwide. Interviews, charity foundations, and schools reach out to help his family. The Irish public raises funds to support him, sending donations to rebuild his home. Yet Miguel remains humble, always carrying the same broken guitar that started it all. When the Ireland's Got Talent finale arrives, he returns to the stage wearing a simple barong Tagalog. As he begins to sing again, the audience already knows, they're not just watching a contestant, but witnessing a miracle. After the show, Miguel flies home. At the airport, his mother embraces him tightly, unable to speak through her tears. Around them, cameras flash, people clap, and a small boy's dream becomes the pride of a nation. Under the Cebu sunset, Miguel picks up his guitar once more and smiles. This time, he doesn't sing for coins, he sings for the world, for his mother, and for every soul who ever dared to dream beyond the streets.